Well, as I think everyone has realized, in past weeks there has been a considerable upsurge in SWAPO terrorist activities against the Southwest Africa population and the security forces. This has come at a time when the Republic had accepted the Western Five's proposals for an independent scheme for Southwest Africa. It was followed by certain very outstanding incidents. For instance, the hijacking of a busload of school children across the border into Angola. There was the placing of bombs, one at the Legislative Assembly building of the Ovambo government, one at the house of a cabinet minister. And then, shortly before it actually happened, we received intelligence which indicated an attack being planned on the Ruacana waterworks. And this was, after all, one of the reasons for our entry into Angola 2 years ago. These brought everything to a culmination point and resulted in our making a quick plan to deal with the SWAPO threat as soon as possible, before it got completely out of hand. An attack was launched onto two series of targets, the one being relatively close to the border, housing a terrorist force which was regularly coming and going across the border. And the second attack was against a somewhat more distant target, which was in fact the main SWAPO headquarters for the whole of the Southwest Africa activity. This, apart from being a headquarters, was also a logistics and training base of SWAPO.
General, but what about SWAPO's allegation that you attacked a mining town and refugee camp?
Well, this was certainly not the case, as I have indicated now. The town, which is referred to possibly, was the headquarters base of SWAPO. It was well defended, surrounded by a trench system with bunkers, manned by many soldiers, and the base was full of equipment, vehicles, ammunition, and the like. There was also every indication that this was the headquarters controlling the whole of the area.
General, and what was the overall success?
Well, apart from the virtual complete destruction of the bases concerned, we gained a lot of intelligence. Documents were captured, weapons were brought back, and of course a lot of vehicles, heavier equipment, buildings were destroyed.
How did casualties compare?
Well, there can be no comparison of casualties at all. However, the point was not to kill people, but rather achieve the successes which I've now described.
Were Cubans and Angolans in any way involved?
Well, our activities were certainly not aimed at Cubans or MPLA troops, but they were aimed purely at SWAPO terrorists. If there was any involvement of Cubans and MPLA, this was certainly not our objective at all.
General, what elements of the Defence Force participated in the operation?
Well, both the Army and Air Force planned and executed the operation together. It started early yesterday morning and was completed by the time the Minister of Defence issued his press statement last night.
General, on the whole then, you are satisfied that the operation was worthwhile?
Yes, certainly we achieved the success that we had aimed at.